what is your full name?
Yeah, it's Louie, Lee, L-E-E, Gong.
Do you have a native name?
The shoe guy. I'm just teasing. I don't have a native name.
How did you begin creating?
I went to the Vans store, and I didn't like any of the shoes that they had on the shelf. And so I decided to buy a blank pair and take it home and create a pair of shoes that reflected who I was as a person. So it was just a spur of the moment decision to make a shoe to personalize is a good word. Personalize.
Which materials do you like to use?
I like to use Vans or Converse shoes and fabric dye. I also like to do work on skateboards. Yeah, definitely. Because it's a really nice big blank surface and it's easy to paint. You know, a skateboard's a lot easier to paint or to draw on than a pair of shoes. And acrylic paints and spray paint too. But I'm just learning how to use spray paint. But I do a lot of practicing. If you want to get good at anything, you got to practice.
Do you have like any cultural ancestry or family members?
So my grandpa Gong, Peter Gong, he was a paratrooper in the Canadian military and taught hand-to-hand combat. My dad was a professional fighter. He was a boxer, a Thai boxer. Now he teaches mixed martial arts in Toronto. And my grandma, Louie Gong. So my grandma was native, my grandpa was Chinese. She was raised in a boarding school. So she never really learned how to read and write very well. Even though she wasn't able to read and write very well, she still raised 12 kids. Set a really good example for me about what it means to be persistent and to work hard.
How do you get all these Vans shoes?
Sometimes I buy them myself. Van sends me shoes sometimes.
What is your favorite animal to draw?
It changes over time. Right now, I have been drawing a lot of wolves. But I'm trying to stop doing that. I can draw them really quickly. In the past, I've liked to draw dragons, eagles.
Do you do like any exhibition?
Exhibitions? I haven't yet.
Oh.
I haven't done anything in. Well, remember, I'm very new to art. Maybe about 3.5 years. Well, I've had just one art show so far. My goal is to influence people to be able to express themselves in whatever way they want to express themselves.
Do you make your skateboards out of like cedar?
My uncle, John, makes the skateboards. He lives on the Nooksack Reservation in Washington State. I asked him one time, I said, Uncle John, I have this idea to make modern things, but out of cedar. He's like, can you do that? And he told me, Louie, I can make anything out of cedar. Started asking him to make different kinds of stuff, and the skateboard was the first thing that we started with.
Do you have like any other ideas?
A cedar laptop. Be really cool. I never use a ruler or a stencil or anything.
How long does it usually take to like finish a shoe?
From start to finish on a shoe, I would say it takes me about 3 hours, sometimes more.
Are you like planning to like use like different kind of shoes than like Vans or Converse?
Yeah, I really want to do some work with Tom's shoes.
What like color do you like to use when you do shoes?
It depends what color base shoe I'm working on. Because if the base shoe is, say, gray, if I use light blue on it, it doesn't really show up, right? But if I'm working on a white shoe, I like light blue because it goes on really smooth. That's with fabric dye. If I'm working with acrylic, I really like red and black. And because red and black are traditional colors, but also they go on really nice.
Do you have like any other plans?
Yeah, I have big plans. Nobody in Canada has ever seen it before.